Hey everybody, it's Craig Campbell from Pastor Craig's Cards, and first thing I got to do is say thank you so much. I really sincerely mean that. So many people have subscribed, and I want to give a shout out to a few people. Chris from Missouri, John Mangini from the Mangini Collection. He shared my post and had a few people take a look at it. I had subscribers. Vintage Oddball, Orlando from Collector's Dream, Jake from Legends Never Die, the Drew of Vintage Legacy, Three Words Collector, Don's Field of Dream, Baseball Collector Mike, Four Collector Sammy Thunder, uh, Rip Fan 8 Stephen Beal, and Video Guy 316. I'm looking at a list of names I just had to write down, but I just really wanted to say thank you guys so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for sending people notice to come and take a look at my channel, and I just really appreciate it. The YouTube community is absolutely fantastic. So appreciate it so much. And a few things I wanted to share with you tonight. I was digging that Bill Mazeroski card out, and when I did, I came across this 65 Tops Dave Debusschere, and just a real nice card. And I believe it's his rookie card. And a lot of you guys probably know Dave. He went on to have a great career with the New York Knicks. Went in the Hall of Fame, the NBA Hall of Fame in 1983. Two-time NBA champion in 70 and 73. And I believe he was an 8-time NBA All-Star. But his first card here, the 65 Tops with the White Sox, Dave Debusschere. Didn't make a great name in baseball, but he sure did in basketball, that's for sure. And there you got that 66 Bill Mazeroski. And the reason why I pulled that out tonight is for Christmas, I got this Bill Mazeroski signed 1960 World Series game-winning home run. One of the most famous home runs in Major League Baseball history. Bill Mazeroski bombed the ninth inning against the Yankees, and a light hitting player, and he hit a home run and won the World Series for the Pirates. So I was real happy to get this signed ball by Bill Mazeroski. And after I got that for Christmas, I found this here right around New Year's. It's a signed Golden Moments, Bill Mazeroski. It's signed by him and Jim Menton. And just a really, really sharp card. So I'm real happy to get this Mazeroski signed ball and then this Golden Moments card. And Mazeroski is a hero here in the Pittsburgh area. And I'm saving up money to go over to Strongsville, as many of you guys probably are too. And looking forward to going to that card show. And so in the meantime, what I've been doing to stay busy is I went and I pulled out a lot of my old cards. And for example, these 88 cards. And I pulled out all the Hall of Famers, and I just had them sitting in boxes, and it took a lot of time, but I went through and pulled all the Hall of Famer cards out from 88, and I've done the same with 89, 90, a bunch of junk wax stuff, but still Hall of Fame cards of players, and I've got 87, 86, I think 85, and probably 84 to go back through. I don't have a whole lot of 83, but I've got to go through and just pull out all of those Hall of Fame players that have been sitting in boxes. And the other thing I do is I collect, like from 88, I've got the Dodgers and the Athletics. They were in the World Series, so I pull the World Series teams from that Topps year. From the 88 World Series would be them. And then I've got that all the way back into the 70s. And of course, you get back in the 60s, it gets really, really difficult. But I try to find innovative ways to perk up my collection to keep going on with things. But one of the last things I want to share with you tonight is this book that I picked up, the Eddie Matthews story. And what's so interesting is it was from a library. You can see it was last checked out in 1966. It was from Frankfort, Kentucky. Somebody held on to this book for a long, long time, and now I have it. And the first checkout was December 5th of 1962. And I was about 2 months old when that book was checked out. And I've got through about 5 chapters of it. But what's so interesting is that when Eddie Matthews was born, his grandfather was named Bird Matthews. And Bird Matthews played semi-pro baseball with none other than Rogers Hornsby. And a guy by the name of Ross Youngs, who was an outfielder for the New York Giants, and a few other people. And Eddie's grandfather, Bird, was a power hitter, a great player. But semi-pro ball didn't pay very much, and he had a growing family, and he chose to quit baseball, and he hired out with the Texas Pacific Railroad as an engineer. Now this is where the story gets kind of funny. Is I've been an engineer for Norfolk Southern for 29 years. I'll be retiring in January of 2025 after a 30-year career. And boy, I sure would not want to trade baseball for being a locomotive engineer, I can tell you that. I know times are different, but when I read that, I just kind of chuckled and thought, nah, I'd much rather be a ball player than a railroad engineer. But just a real nice book from 1961, and found it really interesting. Eddie, of course, was a great hitter as a child, and he really had to work on his glove. And in that book, it talks about the struggle he had in high school. All the scouts said, boy, you can hit the ball, but you got to field the ball too. And of course, Eddie's bat's what got him in the Hall of Fame, 512 home runs, but you can't just be a hitter when there was no DH then when he played. And so he really had to work on his glove, and he became a pretty darn good fielder. One other thing I want to talk about was the Hall of Fame this year. And I've always enjoyed the Hall of Fame induction, the announcements, but this year was really special with baseball collector Mike and just the constant updates and YouTube videos on who's going to get in, who's not going to get in. And so I was really happy with the three that did get in: Adrian Beltre, Todd Helton, and Joe Mauer. And third base is my favorite position, and Adrian Beltre is in. And I'm going to probably make a video in the next couple of days on my top 5 third basemen. I get into these discussions all the time on the internet about who are the top 5 third basemen. And so I'm going to do a video and use cards and show you who my top 5 third basemen are of all time. I can't really do it with the catchers because I don't have a lot of the cards of the catchers that would be in the top 5. Same with the first baseman. So if anybody gets the idea that, hey, I'd like to do a top 5 catchers and who are the top 5 and show their cards along with it, I think it'd be a great idea. And you can respond to my video when I post it on your top 5 third baseman. It may not be the same. And so I'm going to get my cards out, and I'm going to take a look at some stats and compare things and drop a video here in the next couple of days on who my top 5 are. But again, I just really want to say thank you so much for subscribing and leaving comments. It is just so encouraging. I really enjoy this YouTube community. I was lurking for 6 months to almost a year, and it's just a fantastic community. I enjoy watching your videos. I learn so much. Not only do I get to see great cards, but I learn so much because so many of you have such a deep knowledge base on collecting and with different ideas. And so I just really do appreciate it. But keep collecting, guys, and we'll talk to you later.